get to this breaking news this morning. Israel says the IDF killed Iran's intelligence minister, the third high-ranking leader killed in the last 2 days. So overnight, we've seen the most intense night of action since the first days of the war. Here's the very latest for you. The U.S. hitting Iranian missile sites near the Strait of Hormuz with these 5,000-pound bombs. 2 people are reported dead after an Iranian cluster bomb hit Tel Aviv. And an IDF strike bringing down this apartment building. This is in Beirut. That reportedly killed 6 people. Washington correspondent Tom Dempsey has more on the White House's war messaging here in just a moment. But first, let's start off with NewsNation's Joe Khalil live in Dubai. Joe, there have been several missile interceptions and alerts overnight. You and I were talking right before we went live this morning. Your phone alarm went off 4 or 5 times overnight while you and the crew were sleeping.
Yeah, those alerts coming to your phone, that lets you know that there are missiles incoming overhead and to get somewhere. I should also mention, Markie, that just within the last 10 minutes before we really set up here to do this live shot with you, we heard 2 distinct boom noises. So whether we get the alerts and whether we figure out what that is, we're not entirely sure, but it was certainly loud, audible. We definitely heard those. And you're right, a really intense night of strikes back and forth ever since those 2 people in Iran, top-level regime members, were killed. And now, as you just reported out, a 3rd. So not entirely a surprise that the fighting has intensified. We got a chance, our team, to talk to one man in Iran who obviously didn't want to give his identity for very clear safety reasons, but talked about what it's like being a regular Iranian right now, living in the country amid these strikes from the U.S. and from Israel, but keeping in mind that according to most polling, the majority of people who live in Iran are not supportive of the Iranian regime. And he said in his own words here that going out on the streets and sort of protesting the regime would result in almost certainly being shot and targeted by the regime and its militant wings that are on the ground there. That is sort of what he told us, what he expected. Also, in the context of that, we've had President Trump and Prime Minister Netanyahu call for Iranians to take to the streets to protest. But again, according to this man and likely several others, that is almost an impossibility without risking your life on the streets of Tehran. Take a listen.
I don't know what will happen and what is waiting for us. People are only following the news, and the atmosphere that currently exists among people is a very exhausting one. It's an atmosphere filled with fear and terror, but hope is very prevalent among many young people.
And key to what he said there, Markie, I think, is that hope is prevalent among many younger people. There are generations of Iranians, remember, that have gone through something similar to this, hoping there may be something new, something replacing the current regime, which has been in place for decades now. So whether this moment is going to be different ultimately in the end, we will just have to wait and see.
And Joe, while I still have you here, as I mentioned right off the top, that breaking news this morning, Israel saying that the IDF killed Iran's intelligence minister. Talk to us a little bit more about that and how significant that is in the fight.
Incredibly significant. Their top intel chief, certainly one of the higher ranking members of the regime. And it's pretty clear that Israel is going just person by person, working to try to decapitate this regime. Obviously, that started with the Ayatollah in the first days of the war. And then you've seen several ranking members of their government, of their national security, and their military infrastructure just, again, one by one being picked off in these strikes. And we saw yesterday Prime Minister Netanyahu put this video out where he is walking with the U.S. ambassador, and he's referencing this list, saying one more name off the list. We have yet another one this morning. So that appears to be a clear continuing strategy here from the Israelis, and it is obviously working for them very well.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.